All right, friends, we've been studying replication, and we know there's some enzymes like this one that's unzipping. That's got to be good. And then you have this one that does the priming. That's got to be. And then you have this one that comes along and sticks new bases, matches A's to T's, C's to G's, which has to be good. If you got all that, you are a master of replication. You know what? You're a master of replication anyway, because you copy hundreds of thousands of cells every day. You're good at replication. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now let's do the Bellringer.
All right. Hey now. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
He's interested too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class. And he's super cool. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
All right, today we're going to learn about transcription, and that goes hand in hand with something called translation. Transcription is basically copying one gene, and you may remember from middle school that there are 4 letters in the DNA alphabet, right? There's 4 bases, A, C, T, and G, right? To turn them into meanings, you have to group them into groups of 3. We call that a codon, or if you think of it as a word, like act is a word in English. ACT is also a word in DNA. Is not a word in English, but TTG is a word in DNA, right? So any combinations of A's, C's, T's, or G's in groups of 3 counts as a codon, right? And then when you link codons together, you get sentences, or what we call genes, right? A, C, T, 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 G, G, C, A, G, G, C, T, T. And they are usually hundreds of thousands, hundreds if not thousands of base pairs long, each gene. And each gene has the code, or basically each gene codes for how do you make one protein. So that's called transcription. Transcription is when you take a piece of DNA and you copy 1/2 of it, a gene, right? And then you take that copy and you somehow turn it into a protein. You usually do that over there on one of these here ribosomes. Okay, so we're going to learn transcription. How do you go from DNA to RNA? And then the next step is how do you go from RNA to protein? So some new things for you to learn about here, or new things to know. We call every group of 3 DNA letters in a gene is called a codon. The matching RNA strand is called an anticodon, and it matches up the same way DNA does. There's just one exception. And again, I didn't make this up, but in RNA, in messenger RNA anyway, there's no T's. They're replaced with a U. So anywhere you're going to want to put a T, you're going to have to put a U, right? This is a strand of DNA. The copy of 1/2 of it, the gene, is called a strand of messenger RNA, mRNA, or I like to call her Myrna. All right, so that's what we're going to study in class today. Transcription. Transcription.
It's like a secret code.